go. Let's go. What did I just witness? This can't be real life. 10:50 on January 21st of 2018, I just witnessed Nick Foles win a playoff game and dominated the playoff game and did things that nobody could have ever imagined. He won the game by a score of 38-7. We looked so dominant. We looked great. And you know what? We're taking on the New England Patriots in 2 weeks. That's fine. That is fine. We have nothing to lose. We are going to go into Minnesota. We are going to play a great football game. And we're going to take all the shots in the world and throw haymakers and just, hey, we're the underdogs at this point. We're playing this kind of role. We're going to go in there. We're going to take our chances in Minnesota. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to throw the punches. We're getting in the ring with Floyd Mayweather right now. You're not going to outbox him. We're going to throw in some punches. Looking at Nick Foles' stat line. 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 26 for 33. I can't get over this football game. In the beginning, don't even get me started on in the beginning. First off, you have the terrible first drive on defense. And we just got torched. I was spitting on the TV. We finally get a good chance, and Torrey Smith ends up dropping a deep ball. He should have had the football. At that level, in that type of game, you have to catch the football. Then, Burton, wide open. Absolutely wide. Couldn't be any more wide open. Can't get 2 feet in? I'm sorry, what? Can't get 2 feet in? And then Mac Hollins, on special teams, drills the punt returner. I was in disbelief, pissed off, and couldn't believe that this was happening to me. I just couldn't believe this was happening. And then it all turns around when Robinson gets a pick 6. And we score and make it 7-7. Blunt ended up taking over. Mean touchdown run for 11 yards to make it 14-7. And at this point I realized we get to Case Keenum and the Vikings can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. We keep pressuring Case Keenum, and he doesn't have the time to make plays. In our own territory, the Vikings are moving downfield. Barnett with a fumble, forces the fumble, just totally torching the lineman. Gets Case Keenum with the ball out of his hands, and Chris Long with the recovery. And then Aguilar with a touchdown pass for 53 yards to make it 24-7 at half after we get the ball back and then kick another field goal. You can see Carson Wentz talking to Nick Foles on the bench, telling him plays, telling him what to do, looking at the iPad. This was just beautiful. Third quarter, Torrey Smith, flea flicker, touchdown, 41 yards. Is this real? We're going to the Super Bowl. That doesn't stop the fourth quarter. Alshon Jeffrey gets a touchdown. And Corey Graham ends up getting a late interception. This team is something special. You're talking about somebody who loses Carson Wentz, Jason Peters, Darren Sproles, Jordan Hicks. This is some serious type of players that we were talking about that started with the Eagle squad, and the next man up mentality had to step up. And we're talking about a quarterback position and losing Carson Wentz. Jay Ajayi had 18 carries, 73 yards. Blunt had 6 carries, 21 yards. Zach Ertz had a big day with 8 receptions, 93 yards. Alshon with 2 touchdowns, 85 yards. This is just beautiful. And I was on record saying in the past that once Carson Wentz went down, I had no hope. I still sat there, and I even tweeted this. I still sat there with my blood, sweat, and tears and watched this football team and put my heart into it. I just didn't think It was possible. And this is a miracle that this is happening right now, that Nick Foles plays the way that he does. This is what I tweeted. I'll admit it. I was the most confident person, wasn't the most confident person going into playoffs with Nick Foles, and I was devastated about Carson going down. And I claimed it was all over. With that being said, I still had my sweat and tears involved. I'm sitting here processing what just happened, and this is wild, bruh. I'm not afraid of New England. For some reason, I just have that gut feeling. You know, you just have that feeling. I had it today. I had it today. And I have it thinking about this Tom Brady situation. Yeah, great. They had a great comeback against the Jags. That's phenomenal. I just have that special feeling in my heart that screams the Birds are going to be able to win this football game. Doug Peterson. Can we talk about Doug Peterson? What he did to this team, the way he controls that locker room, the way everybody believes in him, the way he drew up a game plan for this game, which I said that they were going to outcoach the Minnesota Vikings because they have a great coaching staff, this Eagles team. I know we're talking about maybe the best coach ever on the other sideline, the most dominant coach ever in the history of the National Football League. But Doug Peterson is going to come up with a game plan to go into Minnesota and have a great chance of winning the football game if you execute correctly. I'm not afraid. What do we have to lose? And that's really what it is. Clearly, we're the underdogs, and what do we have to lose? We just got to go in there, work hard, play with that bleed green mentality, and then we're going to see what happens from there. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I will keep saying it. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Nick Foles is going to beat the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. And this place is going to go nuts. And I'm going to go nuts. I can't even process what just happened. I was so quiet at one point in that game, and normally I'm a big screamer, early on, big screamer, especially when we were down and all that bad stuff was happening. Then we finally get things going, and at one point I look at the scoreboard, and we're up three possessions? How? There's no way! I thought this game was going to be 13-10, 17-13, and we're talking about a 38-7 dominating performance. We dominated them defensively. 7 points. And that's why I have hope against New England. This defense is great. I get it. So are the Jags, and Tom Brady is special. And I knew when they were down 10 in the fourth, this isn't over. This is nothing for Tom Brady, and he does his thing, and we all get that. But it's one football game. One football game. Eagles play the Patriots in one football game. And that's what happens. And the winner takes home the Super Bowl. It's not the craziest thing in the world to think that the Eagles have a good possibility to beat the Patriots in a game of one. And that's the problem. The game of one. You can tell by all the fights. You can tell by the way Minnesota was holding their heads down. They were pissed off at the way they played. They were aggravated. They came after our guys a few times after the plays were over. And it just showed a whole different level to this Eagle squad. The city believes. There's no doubt about it that this city believes that they can walk in there and beat New England. And listen to me, I'm sitting here thinking the same exact thing. Now we are live with the emotions running high. I had to tell my Patriots fan, there was a kid on my team who was a Patriots fan. He was waiting for the Jags Patriots to come over. Once the Patriots won, he was like, oh, can I come over and watch the Birds game? No, not at all. Because you're not going to come here and boast about what just happened with your squad when I'm sitting there struggling to get through our game. If you were to come and watch that Jags game over here and I can see you sweat it out, absolutely come on over. And then he thinks he wants to watch the Super Bowl with me. Buddy, I'm going to be curled up in my room with the lights off in the corner watching on my laptop. There's no way I'm going to be able to sit outside with people and process this game with other people. There's no way. Corner, laptop, lights off. And I will sit there and sweat and cry, maybe smile and share some laughs with myself and the commentators. But there's a chance that the Birds do it. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, if I didn't mention it, the Birds are going to the Super Bowl. I have no words. This is, this is it. This is the evidence. You're seeing it prime time of someone coming off hot and full of emotions and being a true diehard Birds fan right here. You're seeing the live emotions of what it is to win an NFC Championship game with this squad, this miracle squad, coached by Doug Peterson and quarterbacked by Nicholas Foles. I can't believe my life. Go Birds. That's all I got to say. Hit the like button. Comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. We will be back, no doubt about it, to rant about this Super Bowl. It's going to be a long 2 weeks, my friends. A long 2 weeks. Go Birds.